The buyer's agency exclusive contract is used when a buyer wishes to engage the professional services of a realtor to represent their interests in the purchase of a property. The written service agreement includes the terms that outline the nature of the relationship between the buyer's realtor, and the buyer's realtor's brokerage. It also outlines the services the brokerage will provide. When a realtor represents a buyer under an agency relationship, the realtor is committed to working in the best interest of their client. Let's examine some of the sections of the buyer's agency exclusive contract. The first section sets out the start date and end date for the exclusive agency. This section also includes the geographic market area to which the contract applies. These terms are agreed upon by all parties and will be influenced by things like market area and conditions, as well as the buyer's needs and motivations. Buyers who enter into a buyer's agency exclusive contract are under no obligation to purchase a home during the term of the agreement. However, the buyer does agree to work exclusively with the realtor and their brokerage for the search in the specified market area during the term that the contract is in effect. The next sections deal with the appointment of the designated agent, your realtor, and sets out the realtor's, the buyer's realtor's brokerage, and the buyer's responsibilities under the agreement. The buyer's brokerage remuneration section details the amount and the terms and conditions under which the buyer's realtor's brokerage will be compensated. This section also sets out how the remuneration will be paid, whether from the seller's realtor's brokerage and/or from the buyer. Typically, in a real estate transaction, the seller pays the remuneration to the seller's realtor's brokerage, and the seller's realtor's brokerage will pay the remuneration to the buyer's realtor's brokerage as set out in the listing contract. In the event of a for sale by owner where the seller has not engaged a brokerage, or in cases where the seller's realtor's brokerage is paying the buyer's realtor's brokerage less than has been agreed on in the buyer agency exclusive contract, buyers may be required to pay the difference. The buyer agency exclusive contract contains terms clarifying the realtor's duties of loyalty and confidentiality. It also contains the buyer's responsibilities and acknowledgments. The section on conflicts of interests addresses potential conflicts that may occur during the term of the agreement. If a realtor is in a conflict of interest, whether between a seller and a buyer, or buyers with competing interests, the realtor must follow certain steps, which may include ceasing to act as an agent for one or both of the parties. Another section describes how the buyer's personal information is collected, used, and disclosed as part of the real estate transaction. Once signed by all parties, the contract is a legally binding agreement. There are very limited situations in which it can be terminated or varied without the agreement of all parties. Buyers should review the contract in detail before signing. The buyer's agency exclusive contract helps to ensure that the parties have a complete understanding of their rights and responsibilities during the term of the agreement. All parties are better protected when each party knows what they can expect from the other and what is expected from them. If you have any questions, just remember, Realtors are here to help.